you wouldn't date a shorter guy, then that's judging someone based on height.
Well, would you date a bigger girl?
No, because it could change your weight.
See, oh, that's fair.
Whoa! A girl who actually got the point. She really went, understandable? Have a nice day.
I really don't know what's gotten into me recently.
It appears to be food. A lot of it.
What do you think goes wrong in your relationships?
I think they get to know me is a problem, you know? Like, I'm like the Dominican Republic. I'm great for like 5 days, and then they're like, oh, you have some problems that I was not aware of. I think that's what it is. You know?
I am like North Korea. Nobody even comes closer.
You were there,
Are we
but
on?
why are you there by yourself? Well, I tried to find them, and I couldn't.
Are we on?
Oh my!
Did we
Wow!
start?
Yes, we're on
Thank you.
TV. Do you know what time it is? Seriously?
It's 5 o'clock in the morning here.
Yes, it is.
Thank you, ladies. They're from Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Brooklyn
New York.
in the house. Very
Yeah.
nice. Did y'all have a
Thank
good
you.
night?
Yes, we did.
It was
yes,
awesome.
It looks like it.
I got a
Yeah.
lot of beads, and I got a grenade. Is this called a grenade?
Yes.
Yes. What exactly is in it again?
We don't know. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Get you where you need to go.
Yeah.
You have something.
every time somebody said "Go Birds," I ate a beignet.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, seriously. Thank you, ladies.
You are so
Maybe I'll see you again tonight. All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. New Orleans is something, isn't it?
Apparently, I wouldn't know. I was in bed
Is that
to
right?
wake up for the show,
Look
but,
how many beads I got last night.
and I won't even ask what you had to do to get those.
You know.
Wait a minute. I just realized that he's the reporter. I thought he was some random civilian. Powdered sugar on his face, a half-filled hurricane, and baddies on both arms at 5 a.m.? You just gotta like this guy. Bro just casually shows up on time to work.
I'm trying to open my horizons to vegetables because I'm a pretty picky eater.
You're not a picky eater if you're 600 pounds.
She's a picky eater. She eats everything she picks.
I gotta wake up to Selena Gomez crying. If you like the Mexicans so much, get on the bus. Tell Trump to pick you up. I'm over here sweating bullets. You don't see me walking the last couple days. My last name is Diaz. They might make a fucking mistake. And I'm calling you Collect from Colombia.
Sweetheart, now you gotta bounce your ass up out of there. A little thing called professionalism has been lost with this generation. Women be like, stop sexualizing women. Also women, look at me shaking my ass. These women can't stop shaking or showing cheeks. It's literally becoming a mental dysfunction. Lost your job for a like and some comments. Ladies, use your head, not your ass cheeks.
Page. And tuck your pelvis forward. Tuck your pelvis forward. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and hut. No. You can just say hut. No. Ready? 3. It needs to go up here. Okay. It will trick you on the weight distribution. Are you ready? Yep. 3, 2.
Haram. How important are women's rights?
It's so important. It's valuable today more than ever because a woman should be able to have her choice over her body.
By women's rights, you mean the right to an abortion?
The right to be able to vote. The right to be able to have an abortion.
Well, women have the right to vote.
Right.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing. You're a man. You are never
That's
gonna
sexist.
Did she just assume his gender? Gosh, it's always the damn tortas. Yeah, the right to eat wherever you want, obviously. And just look at this F-Ford 750 spawning out of nowhere. They're just protesting over nothing. They just want the freaking spotlight.
Would you rather get a massage from a man or surgery from a female doctor? Wow. Like minor surgery? No, serious surgery, like a blown kidney or something.
Jeez. Good question, Peter.
Is the man gay? No.
Is the female doctor at least Jewish or Asian?
No, but actually, you know what? I'm going to take it up a notch. Hispanic female doctor or gay male masseuse?
Hispanic from Spain?
No.
Oh. So it's basically, would you rather get a massage from a gay man or die?
Excuse me?
Are you prepared to stand here all night if we decide to stay?
I guess, yeah.
All right, well, you just stay right there then. You just stay and stand.
Why are you letting us go to that desk like we were able to do last year?
He's not a U.S. employee.
This is a public institution. Did Elon Musk hire you? Who do you work for? Who do you work for? Are you not aware of? Are you even? Who do you work for?
I'm a federal employee working for the education.
This man is literally all of us who has attempted to deal with unhinged Democrats.
Me tar, you tar, retard nation. Me tar, you tar, retard nation. Me tar, you tar, retard nation.
Trust black women, they lead the way. Trust black women, they lead the way. White women, stop abandoning your sisters. Trust black women, they lead the way. Oh, we're mad as hell. Oh, can't you tell? Oh, we're mad as hell. Can't you tell? We dissent, you fucking fascists. Oh, we're mad as hell. Can't you tell?
Liberal women are the most vile, disgusting, hateful, insufferable, and toxic species on the face of this earth. And you can never change my mind about that.
Meanwhile,
We will win. We will win. We will win. We will win. We won't rest. We won't rest. We won't rest.
I mean, look at your situation. You're hardly unsuccessful.
Yeah, and I have battled quite hard to get where I've got to.
Good
so that's
for you.
okay. Battling is good. This is all
It's
about the
inevitable.
fight. But you talk about men fighting. I mean, let me just put another thing to you from the book.
Why
You're
wouldn't
saying
you have to battle for a high-quality position?
Well, I notice in your book you talk about real conversations between men containing, quote, an underlying threat of physicality.
Oh, there's no doubt about that.
What about real conversations between women? Is that something, or are we sort of too amenable and reasonable?
No, it's just that the domain of physical conflict is sort of off limits for you.
Well, you just said that I fought to get where I've got.
Yeah, but
what does that make me?
Well,
a proxy man or something?
I don't imagine that you've. Yeah, to some degree, I suspect you're not very agreeable.
So that's the thing. Successful women. I'm not very agreeable.
Right.
But
I've noticed that actually in this conversation.
At least,
and I'm sure it served your career well.
You're hardly unsuccessful. I've never heard a string of those words before. Very interesting. And the more frustrated she got, the more she proved his point exactly.
I do not have the same opportunity as you. I know I don't.
And you know
and
that
I know
too.
what's going.
I got it.
And you know that. Let me
Actually,
just tell you about me.
I'm gonna let you finish, but I want to answer this.
I'm not talking about how you feel. I'm talking about how I feel. Me, a black woman in this country.
But not in this city.
And I will run. And if you want
Look, I'm a New Yorker, not in this city. You cannot say that. You can't say that in this city. But I have a.
I'm not talking about New York. I'm talking about Ashton
let her finish.
Okay, right here. I got a law degree, a master's, and 2 bachelors. Probably more education than all of y'all added up together at this table,
Fine
right?
by me.
And I have always been the least paid person on payroll at every institution I have worked in. And it's not
Even
because...
in the White House?
Even in the White House.
Well, whose fault is that? I don't think you worked for George W. or Trump.
Well, guess wasn't what happened when I was there. DEI.
Scott.
Look.
Having a college education does not correlate to intelligence or the amount of money you will make. I'm gonna give you guys an example. Charlie Kirk never graduated from college, and yet he has provided more knowledge and insight than anyone I currently follow.
Do you know the difference between left-handedness and trans care for youth?
You don't have to take drugs if you're left-handed.
Nazi rhetoric, social contagion.
Oh, Nazi rhetoric. When you lose a debate, call your opponent a Nazi instead of actually debating it.
I didn't call you a Nazi. I said that's something that Nazis said. Here's the cool thing. You don't need to take drugs necessarily if you're trans either.
Yes,
also, the cool thing about being
give
left-handed
them-
and being transgender is that it actually is something that you're born with.
But let me ask you a question. Yeah, Hitler had a dog. Hitler was a vegetarian, went through the sport.
He also drank water.
Yeah, that's right. And of course, do you? This is the most important question. What is objectively a woman?
Someone who identifies as a woman.
Okay, so that is not a definition. That is circular reasoning.
That's a
like
Green Bay's Packers fan.
That's like saying a hat is something that looks like a hat. So you have to give a definition of what a woman is.
What is a chair, Charlie?
Well, a chair is what a human being sits on when answering questions from confused trans activists at University of North Texas.
I didn't call you a Nazi. You inferred it, dude. Deflect, 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 and more deflect. And this kid came fully prepared to do just that. Not a single straight answer. No pun intended. These people are ashamed of nothing and offended by everything and always play the victim.
So, just left the pharmacy and insurance isn't covering medications anymore. Thanks to executive orders that was signed, so I had to pay for them out of my own pocket. And I guess I'm just mostly recording this as an I told you so to certain family members that I warned. And just hope you're happy, Mom.
How sad. You have to use your own money to mutilate yourself. You know, this is how transgender people think they look. But in reality, this is how they actually look.
He needs some milk.
Here with children. Call them. This is disgusting. What the hell is wrong with you people? These poor children. What is wrong with you sick people? Get out of here, you Get out of here. You're not safe here. Get out of here. Yeah, that's disgusting. Look, no, this is sick. You are sick. You are sick. Look at these poor children.
It's all based on sex.
These poor children. These poor children. How dare you guys? You godless whores. You guys are sick.
It's not okay.
You're not starting it again. This is over. This is over. It's over forever. No more sick here. No.
This is child abuse. Like, you have to be a really stupid parent to let your kid attend these kind of events.
I want to make this a really good signature. This is a big one, right? Oh, I think we have a 10. We have a 10.
It's been, what? It's been like 2 weeks? I mean, 2 weeks. I'm done. You want to talk about regretting your vote? In 2 weeks, I went from the highest high to being unemployed. Lost my job last night, got a phone call. The repercussions of what Elon Musk are doing with the USAID has real repercussions for real people. For the last 7 years, I have been a shift lead on Project Bus, where we studied to find out if the wheels on the bus went round around or not. And all of a sudden, Elon, who's not even elected, gets in and I'm out of a job. What do I tell my family? What do I tell my kids? This isn't a joke. This USAID stuff is not a joke, man. This is affecting real people. And the worst part is, what if we never figure out? What if we never figure out if in fact the wheels on the bus do go round and round? There's nobody.
He'll get back on his feet and find a better job. He is lucky that he no longer works for the gargantuan Ponzi scheme known as the USAID.
Has every past president for the last 20 years known about this corruption with USAID and just chose not to do anything about it?
Well, most of them are on the take. Joe Biden was the head of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, which directly oversees USAID. USAID was funding Burisma. USAID gave money to Burisma and had a formal partnership agreement with Burisma. Barack Obama's mother worked for USAID. The Bush family runs right through it. Bush's, Vice President Dick Cheney, Liz Cheney worked for USAID. They're all in on it. And this is the reason that the Trump revolution was so revolutionary, is because it defeated both sides of the USAID snake. And now we're going to see just exactly how the snake bites back when it's cornered.
Elon broke the Democrats. Trump broke the left. Tom Homan broke the illegals. America is making a comeback, my brothers and sisters.
Ministerio de Turismo y Deporte, afuera. Ministerio de Cultura, afuera. Ministerio de Ambiente y Desarrollo Sostenible, afuera. Ministerio de las Mujeres y Género y Diversidad, afuera. Ministerio de Obras Públicas, afuera.
Well, you can imagine when you suddenly in your inbox find a termination notice or a leave of absence notice that you didn't expect to get on a flawed predicate that you're doing radical leftist insubordination. It's pretty jarring. And because there's so many lies and falsehoods circulating, and so many claims that people are sort of not with the program, I think people are just completely dislocated. There's no stable ground on which to walk. And then, of course, most of them have been laid off, so they're worried about how they're going to pay the bills and how they're going to make rent. But maybe the part that is the most striking and, for me, inspiring, if not surprising, having worked there for 4 years, is that, the people who work at USAID did not come to work at USAID for the money. The civil servants, the foreign servants, the contractors, they came to USAID because they wanted to make a difference in the world, because they saw America's interests as tied up with the interests of people, vulnerable people around the world. And so even as they're struggling to figure out how to make rent, all of a sudden, they're most struggling with the fear that so many millions of people who relied on us as a country, on USAID as an agency, but on them as individuals, that those individuals out in the world have no place to turn. And indeed, they're showing up and finding health clinics shuttered and soup kitchens closed and advisors who were helping governments renegotiate debt with China, those advisors, now taken off the books. So just the wreckage in the world is what the USAID staff that I'm in touch with are carrying with them. That's what's keeping them up at night, as much as the question of, what am I going to do tomorrow? And, how do I take care of my family?
I did a little digging and conducted a CSI, a Chick-fil-A investigation. Samantha Power was sworn in as the administrator of the USAID on May 3rd, 2021. Samantha Power's financial disclosure filed in January 2021 showed her assets were estimated at $6.7 million to $16.5 million. And today in 2024, her net worth is estimated up to $30 million. How does a government job multiply wealth like that? Her salary at USAID was $180,000 annually.
So I just learned something, that Elon Musk is spending $40 million on something. He's spending $40 million of his own money. You will not believe what he's spending $40 million of his own money on. He is purchasing 5 ads in the Super Bowl to expose the corruption that he's finding. 5 ads in the Super Bowl. Can you believe that? He's spending $40 million to purchase 5 ads during the Super Bowl so he can expose the corruption that he's finding. This is what I voted for. We voted for change. We voted for Trump because we knew with Trump we would get change. Hallelujah. I've got a hair in front of my face. This is what I voted for. Sorry, I gotta wait for 1 minute. There we go. Entertainment purposes only, TikTok.
I guess I'll be watching the Super Bowl this year. Now, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
No.